The presidency of Donald Trump has always been very much eventful. Whether we talk about the first presidential tenure of Donald Trump, I beg your pardon, please, or the second presidential tenure of Donald Trump, it's always very, very much eventful. More so, talking about the second tenure of Donald Trump is just as in the beginning, and it's so eventful. We don't know where would he end up at the fourth year of his presidency. Anyhow, there have been war and there have been some very serious wars. We can talk about the Middle East war in uh, Palestine, the war between Israel and Hamas, then Pakistan India war, Israel Iran war, and of course, there had been US Iran conflicts as well. And there have been expeditions for Pakistan and Iran in the last year. And only a few days ago, there had been conflicts between Pakistan and Afghanistan. There had been a war in Southeast Asia, Vietnam and Cambodia. There have been a war which has in fact settled and rather reached to an agreement today, uh, this year, not today, this year, the war between Azerbaijan and Armenia. And Donald Trump claims that he had played the greatest of the role to bring the world to a peace. Well, I'm not a supporter of Donald Trump by any means, but when Donald Trump talks these things, I don't contradict him and I'd rather support his cause and believe that if he's saying it, he means it and he have done something for it, and well, he needs an accreditation for it. As far as the Israeli war is concerned, Israel versus Hamas in Palestine, this is where I must say that when it comes to Israel, Israel, a small nation, is a big boss to USA. And Israel has risen a lot. And right now, we can't call Israel to be a junior partner. In fact, Israel is a senior partner now. And one way or the other, the way the Americans have exploited the whole world in response, they are also being exploited. And they're not being exploited by any of the Asian nations, Muslim nations, African nations, Latin American nations. They have been uh, exploited by their own lap child, Israel. So this is how the fight goes, and it has gone in this track as well. So Donald Trump has certainly played a great role in stopping these wars, and he has a very rightly commendable role in the wars, especially for the war between Pakistan and India. I must say his role was very commendable, and in fact, he very effectively pursued a case to bring peace. When it comes to Ukraine war, the war between Russia and Ukraine, well, the policy by Joe Biden and uh, NATO and European Union was a complete failure. They wasted large funds, the European Union, NATO, USA, and after wasting the large funds, they could not achieve anything. At least by the arrival of Donald Trump, we have a stoppage, we have a lid on those large investments. So, which is a great relief to European Union, to NATO, and to United States of America. And this is where, very openly, American President Donald Trump wants to resolve the crisis of Ukraine war.